I'm Juliet with Caldwell Banker. I'm here with Rory with Cult Classic Brewery. Say that 5 times really fast.
Yeah.
We're having beer for breakfast.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us. Very good. So tell me about Cult Classic. What was the vision? How did it get started?
Sure. So Jesse and Brooks McNew are the main owners. They ran Annapolis Homebrew for 20 years. That's over by the bowling alley in Severna Park. And they saw the laws changing when Guinness was coming to Maryland. A lot of the laws changed about how much beer you could serve out of your tap room. And so we actually have the same birthday and opening day as Guinness Brewery, which is August 3rd. And they just took the concept and decided it was time to go big on it. And we found this building with the help of Queen Anne's County and 25,000 square feet, and we're putting it to use.
You have 25,000 square feet here?
24,990, I believe.
It's a huge building.
Yes.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's massive.
We're filling it up.
Oh my gosh. Do you fill it up like on the weekends and at night? I saw the stage over there.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
The performance room can hold 200 people standing, or just under 200 people standing, about 100 seated for like comedy shows or more intimate performances. This room holds about 175 or so. And we do fill it up pretty regularly. We do some massive events with the community like SantaCon, which is where you can't see the floor of this place. And then just on your Friday and Saturday nights, we've been fortunate enough to kind of be a spot that the community likes to come out to and be a part of. And so they support us and the live music and the local bands and all the other fun entertainment we come up with.
Do you do any like foam parties?
We have not. I've heard that is a bit of a cleanup.
I'm dating myself with the foam parties.
Yeah, that goes back a few years.
Don't tell anybody.
I won't.
You've established quite a presence here in the community. You had a fun little story about these glasses before we started. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, sure. So this is actually a really cool project that we just kicked off. Queen Anne's County came together, got all the current breweries together and asked us if we wanted to team up on some projects. So we're kicking things off this month. It's Brewery, and we all brewed a Scotch or Scottish ale. And then we came up with matching glassware that shows off all 4 of the current Queen Anne's County breweries. We do have a 5th joining us shortly, as well as Queen Anne's County's new beer-centric Where Shore Pours Begin logo, which is cool. So
that's nice that you guys are all working cohesively instead of competitively.
Yeah.
You know?
We find that beer is a big tourism, especially around these parts, and the more of us that are doing it and doing it well are bringing other people in. We're bouncing around. We all know each other well. We visit each other's spots. We help each other out when we need things across the board. So it's a really, really cool community to work in if you're going to be in private enterprise, because everybody's very helpful with one another. Another place we got really lucky on the community front was when COVID hit, the farmers markets couldn't be indoors anymore, and we have a massive parking lot as well, in addition to our regular parking lot. And so we were able to move over 20 vendors out to our side lot and have it outdoors. And that started with the beginning of COVID, but it's continued on through then. We have a great relationship with all the farmers that work out there and the Kent Islands Farmers Market.
Well, and that's so, because I know COVID hit a lot of the small businesses pretty hard. I think the most major was Barstool did the Barstool Fund to help small businesses. And it's just nice to see other businesses helping other businesses survive. Do you feel, what hit your business harder, COVID or dry January? Which is the unofficial holiday where everyone tries to stay sober so they don't feel bad about themselves for getting shit-faced the other 11 months of the year?
We definitely got hit really hard with COVID. We were shut down for essentially close to 90 days, where the only thing we could do was have people pull up out front and pour them crowlers of beer because we didn't have our cans in place yet. And we had just opened our kitchen 3 weeks before COVID started. So nobody actually even knew that we had a full service kitchen to order takeout from and things. So we were trying to establish that at the same time. Dry January, luckily this year didn't hit us too hard. I think most people gave up after the first week.
That's usually my MO. It's like, I'm gonna do it 3 days in, I'm fuck this. Sorry. What's the biggest name you've had perform here?
Man, I don't know.
I'm not trying to
I don't know if I can say that
like
without
the local,
offending anybody.
the local. But like, who's been drawing the biggest crowds?
Well, actually, the last 3 weekends, we've had almost entirely local bills, And we've sold out 3 weekends worth of shows in a row to all local bills, which is massive. We give 100% of the door price back to bands. We don't charge them to use the space at all. We hook
God,
them
you're
up
like
with some
so
drinks.
nice.
Well, we really want to like, there's no place for musicians to go out and have a really cool, intimate setting. Everywhere else you go, there's 27 TVs playing all 27 ESPNs.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to focus on what's going on stage. And so we built that room as a true listening room. Everything is focused on the stage. There's no TVs in there. You don't get shushed out of the room or anything, but there's kind of a general acceptance that everybody's there for the show. And so with the sole exception of an occasional heckler at a comedy show, everybody's really awesome about the space.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not going to tell me.
I mean,
so you're avoiding you're avoiding my question. It's fine.
Man, so I guess the other one that I would say in terms of top sellers, our comedy nights 100% sell out every single month, which is about 100
people are dying
seats.
for a release. Like they want to laugh again, you know? I mean, I would rather go, I would go to both, but a comedy show I feel like fits where we are right now. People are trying to get out of that funk and laugh again.
Yeah. And
so who's the funniest?
Oh man, that is 100% objective. There are very many different styles of comedy that take place up there. We do kind of an open mic feel on some of them, where it's just open. We can have like 150 people in there, kind of mingling and chilling. And then when we do the really intimate seated ones, it's 4 or 5 comedians typically, and their range is all over. Sometimes it's political, sometimes it's observational, sometimes it's a little more adult themed. So, it depends on what makes you laugh.
Interesting. I'll have to come check somebody out.
Yeah,
I like the inappropriate comedy, like the Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah,
you'll definitely get
the
a
not
touch of that.
PC,
Yeah.
That always gets a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about beer. How many beers do you brew here?
We have a recipe book with over 40 beers that we've done since we opened. We keep 14 to 16 beers on tap at any given time. That includes like a hard seltzer we do, as well as...
That's like very popular these days.
Our Island Dew hard
Those
seltzer.
college girls love the seltzers.
Yeah.
I see who you're catering to.
Yeah, right?
The whole Viking look, the college girls. I get it. I get it.
Busted. The seltzer does really well. It's 99 calories, so it's kind of hard to beat anytime you just want a really light, refreshing drink. And ours is Mountain Dew flavored, so it's called Island Dew. So it's a very smooth drinker.
Yeah.
But we have everything. We do Belgians, we do a couple IPAs and pale ales, we do amber lager, we do a Scotch and a Scottish that we have on right now, which is really interesting. We do Love Point Light, which is close to our #1 seller, and then we kind of created a Schwarzbier alternative. Schwarzbier is a light beer that is dark in color, and so that's called Love Point Dark, so people can try those
Because
too.
Love Point's right down the road.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it. Getting the whole local community involved.
Roping them in.
So how'd you get into beer? Do you just have a propensity to drink, or were you a chemistry nerd and making little potions growing up?
I enjoy fermented beverages, but I got into brewing in college. I thought it'd be a fun hobby, and I wasn't 21 at the time, but it wasn't a league. I don't even know if I can say that. I was brewing in college around 18, 19 years old, and had a couple decent beers, really enjoyed it. But in college, I actually took a track where I ended up working at colleges for about 12 years. And then after I had kind of needed a change of pace, I got an incredible opportunity to work at Flying Dog Brewery out in Frederick, and it was one of the most important educational experiences of my life. I was there for a couple of years, and I learned just about everything to know in the brewing business. And then this opportunity kind of fell out of the sky and was an awesome team up. I was moving back to the shore. They were building this place, and so I got to come in with my friends and gut the old Acme, which was abandoned for 10 years and kind of a blight and an eyesore on the community, and it was just tractor trailer parking. And we decided we wanted to make something community centric where people felt welcome. We had these big open spaces that they could use. We knew in advance that we wanted live music and entertainment, because most of us were somehow involved in that, either in bands or working with touring acts and things of that nature. And so we just slowly put it together, and we're coming up on year 4, and we're making some progress, and it's hopefully work. I mean, you guys are here asking about our community ties, so hopefully you know, it's showing off elsewhere.
Well, a ginger and a flannel. You don't have to twist my arm to get me to come visit. Well, let's talk about your menu.
Let's talk about our menu.
So, are there like schnitzels and beer menu, or is it more
minimal on the German influence, just because none of us are classically trained German chefs or anything, but we do have a house-made Bavarian pretzel that we do from scratch that we will be releasing in the next couple days. We've been toying with some different mustards. We want to get it just right.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, we have a really nice dough mixer, and so we do all our pizza from scratch. We do all the dough in-house. We toss all the pies from scratch. We do fresh, never frozen jumbo wings, which are a big hit, even though, you know, the wing market has gone out the roof. We still maintain our weekly Wingo events, which is when we give away free buffalo wings for winning bingo. And you know,
ooh, so you have bingo here? You didn't talk about that.
Yeah, Wingo bingo on Wednesdays. Yep. And then in addition to that, we do hand patted half-pound burgers that are all fresh, never frozen as well. So we're really just focusing on good pub fare, but those pizzas are an absolute treat. And stay tuned for those pretzels.
So, what are your future plans for the brewery?
Global domination in terms of being a world-class tourist destination. I have really crazy ideas of some stuff we can do, but apparently Ferris wheels are expensive and it's very windy over here, so I don't know if we'll pull that one off. But in the meantime, we have a really gorgeous, incredible mural that we're working with a local artist on for our west side building, which will face the farmers market.
Wait, there's another building?
No, just on the west side of the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have a big full wall mural that will incorporate a lot of the characters from our can art, which is all from copyright-free movie posters that we pulled from the last 60 or 70, 80 years. And so in addition to the mural, we'll be expanding our performance room space as well. Right now it holds 200. We're hoping to get a slightly larger number so we can do some more national acts and try and become a hub for people, since we have all this parking. We're right off the highway and we can accommodate with our beers and food as well. And then in addition to that, just continuing to keep the finger on the pulse of what the community needs and see how we can best serve them and keep them coming in and taking part in what we're trying to build.
Well, Rory, I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
And thanks for sitting.
Out.
Thanks for the beer.
Yeah.
Now, for the people that don't have a propensity towards hops and barley, do you offer other types of beverages? Yeah,
we have reverse osmosis water that you can drink here. But in addition to that, we have a full cocktail bar.
That was a good one.
And our guys are exceptional. We had a drag show recently, and it was all tiki cocktail themed. And so our crew got really good at making like painkillers and Mai Tais. So those are exceptional. They do a fresh squeezed margarita, which I enjoy on Wednesdays only. And yeah.
All right. So how do the people find you?
Well, we are located immediately off the highway, but if you are on the internet superhighway, you can go to culttickets.com if you're interested in shows, and that's just the quickest, most direct route to buy tickets to our shows. cultclassicbrewing.com will take you to our full event list. You can see our menu online there. You can watch some really cool movies that our web designer built and patched together out of some old copyright-free films. So if you just want to,
you keep saying copyright. Nobody's going to sue you. Nobody who's going to see this video is like going to sue you.
Be surprised. So yeah, cultclassicbrewing.com is great. Facebook, we are Facebook and Instagram. I guess they're all the same now in the metaverse. We are at Cult Classic
They
Brewing.
just changed their name.
Yeah. And then culttickets.com and wherever else people are copying our information and putting new sites out online.
Well, even cheeky and funny. I guess we've maxed out our time. Like you're on your down. You're on the down.
I've got this much left. So what do you need?
Look at me. I'm like so far ahead of you. Let's see who can finish it first.
Oh, cheers. Yes.
Cheers, Chad.
Yeah,
you weren't doing it, so I didn't do it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I have to call an Uber
really
to take
awesome.
me home.